Hello again, this is Cathy Wagner and this is the second addendum to my Tapestry Crochet bag patterns. In this one I want to show you how I finish off the bags. This is my pattern step to the right, and here is the variation 2 strap completed. You can see that it's about the length of the bag from the top of the bag right down to the top row of the base. What I'm going to show you now is how I finish it off and sew it in and then secure the strap to the bag here. So here I've made a new strap. This is a slight variation you'll see with the colors and the density of the knots. This one over here I do 4 knots in the center and then 4 on the right and 4 on the left. This one I've done 2 knots in the center, 2 on the right and 2 on the left, and repeated that all the way down. Again, the strap is the length from the top of the bag to the top row of the base. When it's finished, remember to finish with 2 left and right blocks so that your chains all end at the same level here. When you're satisfied with the length of the chains, you can snip these off here. That's about 10 or 12 centimeters. And then you undo these chains all the way back to that point. You'll see that some of the chains come out very easily. Just going to knot it there so it doesn't pull back any further. But if you look at this one, you can see that if you pull that, it's just going to make another knot. So here's a neat little trick for you. Just open it up, and you see that little horizontal bar? Put your needle under there, pull that up, and then if you grab it, it will automatically unwind itself. Again at the end, neaten it off with a little knot there. Alright, I'm going to undo the rest of these and then I'll come back to you. I finished undoing all 8 ends of the chains, and as you can see it's quite long, so I'm going to trim it again. A little bit longer this time, maybe 15 or so, maybe 20 centimeters. Now you need to establish where is the center back. And if you look carefully, you'll see that this here is the last row of the base, and then the first row of the body starts there with that mint green stitch. You see this little step here, and if you look you'll see that the pattern is not quite accurate here, and that's because we're working in a continuous spiral, but it's a geometric pattern, so there will be this slight distortion. As you can see, it's not terribly obvious. Quite often you have to really hunt for it. Okay, so this point here is the point around which I'm going to thread these through to the inside of the bag. I'll thread 4 threads through on that side of that point, and these 4 threads through on this side of this point. So let me start. I'm going to start with one of the inner ones because then it's easier to space the others. So this one is going to go in just below that little ridge there. turn it a bit so it's easier to work with. It's going to go in just there. Next to it. Sorry, that's my wedding ring. You can hear hitting the tripod of the camera. There are 4 in. And this is now the other side, so it's going to be next to that one. All 8 have now been threaded through. If I give them a little tug from the inside, you can see nicely where they're sitting. Okay, now I'm going to turn the bag inside out. And there you can see all 8 ends neatly come through. Now you want to pull them a little bit so to make sure that they are neatly against the edge there, so that you don't have any like loose threads on the outside of the bag. Now I'm going to knot them in groups of 2. Do this quite firmly. And then I'm going to knot them again with the alternating ones. You can see I really don't want this strap to come out. This join is really the weak point of the bag. With use, if anything is going to come loose, it's going to come loose here. Right, I've got all 8 of them knotted. Now you're going to start sewing them in. Starting with the first one. I over sew it into that little loop there. At least 10 to 12 stitches. and trim it. I'm going to sew the rest in. I'll sew 4 on that side and then 4 on this side just to distribute it. I've finished sewing in all 8 ends and I'm now turning the bag to the right side again. Where the strap joins the bag, that is the only real weak point in the construction of the bag. With use, if you have heavy things in this bag, that point may come loose. It probably won't pull out, but it is a weak point. So what I normally do is I secure the strap to the bag at about that level, just a few centimeters up from where it joins the bag. And to do that, I have a length of the same color yarn as the main color of the strap, in this case navy blue. And I'm just going to do a row of running stitches. From one side of the strap across to the other side, burying the stitches as I go so that they're not obvious. And that will just secure the strap nicely to the bag so that there's less strain on that point where the strap joins to the bag. I found this is very effective and I've never had a strap come loose since I've been doing this. Of course, there's always a first time. Then I'll have to come up with another way. Right. So there I've gone across from my right to my left. Now I'm going to go across again from left to right. Just catching in that navy knot there. Right, I think that's good enough. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back to the inside. I'm going to knot these two. We have a beautiful tapestry crochet bag with a beautiful, strong and pretty strap, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you will make more of my bags. I have about nearly 30 patterns at this stage. They're all available on my website www.tapestrycrochet.co.za. Please go and check it out, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you.